The Olavia Incident. "We are not alone," she said. The man, seated across the table from her, leaned back in his chair, folding his arms. He had introduced himself as Mr. Vissla. The name made her dislike him instantly. Their time together hadn't improved her opinion of him. Mr. Vissla was a large, hulking man, probably raised on a small moon. His face was stern, his manner gruff. "And how do you know we are not alone?" he asked. Monica Braden didn't blink. "How do you know we're having this conversation?" Mr. Vissla's head bobbed back, his brow furrowed. "I know because I'm aware, I'm conscious." "What more do you need?" Monica asked. The man held her gaze for several seconds. Without further acknowledgement, he leaned forward and pressed a finger to the table. Monica tried to remember how often he'd done just that, restarted this inquiry. It had to be a dozen times, every 10 minutes or so. Beneath his hand, a screen illuminated. On it was Monica's photo, along with some details about her. "Let's try this again," he said. The Olavia left with a crew of 6. Monica scanned the room, its plain gray walls revealing nothing of her location. When she'd first arrived, she assumed it was a facility on one of the several moons orbiting Euzora. Somewhere in the hours since, the assumption had fallen away. Now she knew she was on Euzora itself, buried deep beneath the planet's rocky surface. She wasn't sure exactly how she had come to know this, but the fact that she was on Euzora told her that they hadn't seen her as a threat, at least not at first. It was something they'd kept from her, but fewer and fewer of their secrets remained hidden. The vessel was worth several million credits, Mr. Vissla said. "Are you speaking for the company now?" Monica asked, her attention drawn back to the interrogator. "You know I'm not from the company," Mr. Vissla said. "Is this how you claim the authority to detain me?" she asked. "As soon as I learn the truth about what happened, you will be free to go," he said. Monica's mouth tightened, her eyes still fixed on the man opposite her. "I've told you everything I know. It's the same thing I told the person who was here before you, and the one before her." "What about Commander Mastor?" asked Mr. Vissla. "You haven't said anything about what happened to him." "That's because I don't know what happened to him," she said. "And Lieutenant Raz?" Mr. Vissla asked. Monica shook her head. "How many times do I have to tell you?" The man smirked. "Okay, let's try something different. What do you know?" "I already told you. We're not alone," she said. "We'll get back to that. What else can you tell me about the Olavia?" Monica closed her eyes and took in a deep breath. "I know that the ship came in contact with something." "Something?" he asked. "I have no idea what it was," she said. "Can you describe it?" he asked. Monica rubbed her temple. With her eyes closed, she tried again to picture the series of events. "I wasn't on the flight deck. All I know is that something happened to the ship." Mr. Vissla cleared his throat. "Okay, start from that point." "We'd just left the bubble," she said. "The tempinetic field?" he asked. Monica nodded, her eyes still closed, her breath steady through her nostrils. "Was the transit different somehow?" Mr. Vissla asked. "Different?" she asked. "Did it last longer? Did you sense something off? Were there sounds, odd smells? You've been through the bubble before. You know what it's usually like," he said. Monica shook her head. "I didn't notice anything." "And how long before you met the anomaly?" he asked. "It was seconds," she said. "Maybe a minute. Thrusters hadn't fired yet." "Aren't engines usually engaged sooner than a minute after transit?" he asked. Monica opened her eyes. I guess. Yes, there was a delay. So the pilot, Mr. Visla said, looking down. Lieutenant Manco might have noticed something. Lieutenant Raz was the pilot, Monica said. If she did, I didn't hear it. What about the ship's systems, he asked. As far as I know, they didn't have any warning, Monica said. Did you try to see the anomaly? Mr. Visla asked. How would I do that? Monica asked. You could have activated a monitor, he said. There wasn't time, she said. Did anyone else describe it? Did you hear anything about it at all? He asked. Monica smirked. The commander asked, What the hell is that? Commander Mastor? He asked. He said it over the intercom, she said. He was broadcasting. Is it normal for him to broadcast during a transit? Mr. Visla asked. No, it's usually quiet below deck. The commander activated the comm right as we left the bubble, calling for the first officer. Lieutenant Manco. And where was he? Asked Mr. Visla. Somewhere on the ship. He wasn't with us, Monica said. Mr. Visla scanned the table monitor. You were in the galley? He asked. It was lunchtime. I was with Ghani. We were getting ready to eat, she said. That was Dr. Penaligan. Yes, Ghani and I. Were you intimate with Dr. Penaligan? He asked. A cold glint sliced across Monica's gaze, sudden and unblinking. We've gone over this. Dr. Penaligan and I had nothing more than a professional relationship. He was a happily married man. Was? Asked Mr. Visla. Was, I don't know what happened to him or any of them, she said. You're telling me you spent months on the Olavia and you never became intimate, he said. I'm not going to answer that question again, Monica insisted. It's not unusual for such things to happen on long voyages, is it? He asked. Monica remained silent, her stare unwavering. The interrogator breathed slowly, his eyes returning to Monica's gaze. Okay, so you were preparing lunch with Dr. Penaligan. What was the meal? Monica took a moment to compose herself. I'm not sure. Ghani, Dr. Penaligan, had just grabbed a few packs out of the cupboard. Where was Dr. Oryxi when this was going on? Mr. Visla asked. In his bunk, I think, she said. So you were with Dr. Penaligan preparing to have lunch when the vessel stopped, Mr. Visla said. Well, it was more like a shudder than a full stop, she said. A shudder? He asked. Since our engines hadn't fired, we couldn't have been moving very fast. It felt like we'd gently bumped into something, she said. It had to be large if you could feel it, he said. I guess so, Monica said. Did the ship's systems report the anomaly then? Mr. Visla asked. Monica turned her head abruptly, her eyes searching a corner of the room. Did you hear that? Mr. Visla shook his head. Hear what? Monica's eyes opened wide. She shook her head as though trying to clear it. I heard someone talking, a woman's voice. Her nose wrinkled. And a smell. Lilacs? The interrogator frowned. You couldn't have heard a woman's voice in here, Doctor, unless it was your own. Monica turned to look at him. Her eyes narrowed. Are you married, Mr. Visla? Doctor, if we can focus on... Your wife's name is Mirai, isn't it? Monica asked. She has a fondness for lilacs. It's in her perfume. Mr. Visla held her gaze. She could see sweat forming on his forehead. This is where the last interview ended, she said. The woman before you wasn't quite as imposing. I suppose the company... I don't work for the company, Doctor, Mr. Visla said, his voice low and terse. The company, the government, is there a difference anymore? She asked. Mr. Visla stood, his impressive frame looming over the table. Dr. Braden, I will not be cowed by your parlor tricks. She's fine, by the way, Monica said. Your wife, Mirai. And how would you know that? He asked. The same way I know we are not alone, she said. The interrogator turned to his left. Monica watched as a door in the wall slid aside, and he passed through it. The hallway beyond revealed nothing. The gap quickly closed, leaving her alone. In the silence of the room, Monica listened to her own heartbeat. It was a pleasant sound, one she'd begun to get used to. She tried to estimate how long she'd been in this room. 3 different interrogators had come and gone. There had been an extended gap between the last 2. She'd endured several hours with each of them. None had lasted long past her mention of something personal about them. She stood. It was the first time she'd been out of the seat since before Mr. Vissla had arrived. Access to food, water, and a lavatory was probably being denied to her. Despite this, she'd known no hunger, experienced no bodily urges. These facts occurred to her as she moved slowly back and forth along the wall. With each step, she felt herself getting lighter. At first, she mistook it for a sensation. When she looked down, she found that her feet were no longer touching the floor. She was still pacing, though she had no idea how she remained in motion. Stopping suddenly, she drifted gently down. She sensed an approach just ahead of the door opening. In walked Dr. Chang, the second interrogator. She was a small, middle-aged woman in a white lab coat. "Welcome back, Doctor," Monica said. "I trust you checked in with your daughter since we last spoke." Dr. Chang stopped, suddenly drained of certainty. She lifted a hand to her face, a subtle tremor in her fingers. "As you pointed out, Dr. Braden, my daughter is too far away for me to speak with her right now." "But you sent her a message," Monica said. "If you'll please have a seat, we can get back to the Olavia incident," Dr. Chang said, her voice wavering. "I'd rather not," Monica responded. "Instead, you can let me go." "I'm afraid that's not yet an option," Dr. Chang said. "Won't you please sit down?" Monica pushed out her lower lip. "How much longer?" "We still have questions," said Dr. Chang. Monica settled back into the seat. "You're waiting for different answers." "We're only looking for the truth," Dr. Chang said as she took her own seat. "I understand you had some observations for Mr. Vissla." Her eyes fell to the table screen. "As you likely noticed, it took us some time to identify him. We chose him because he had only recently joined this facility." "He came from Sol," Monica said. "Grew up on Ganymede. That's where he met his wife, Mirai. She wears a lilac perfume, even though she has never actually smelled the flower. She gets the love of the scent from her mother, a woman who grew up on Earth." Dr. Chang looked up. "How could you possibly know any of that?" "To be honest," Monica said, "I find it less and less remarkable that I do." "You can appreciate, Dr. Braden, that we had doubts about these abilities of yours." "I suppose you could ignore the evidence," said Monica. Dr. Chang offered a weak smile. "There are ways to fake something that appears to be clairvoyance. We had to be certain. As a scientist, you are familiar with the process of validation." "So where does this leave us?" asked Monica. "What has happened to you?" "What is happening?" Monica said. Dr. Chang studied her face. "So it continues?" "I see no reason for it to have stopped," said Monica. "Do you?" Dr. Chang kept her hand moving across the table screen. "I was working under the assumption that it occurred when you encountered the anomaly, that you are only slowly come to understand it." Monica's face softened. "That's reasonable, but I can assure you the changes haven't stopped. There are too many for me to relate." "Telepathy being one of them," said Dr. Chang. "Is that what you think it is, this parlor trick?" asked Monica. Dr. Chang's eyes narrowed. What else would it be? Monica smiled. What do you know about quantum mechanics? Not my area of expertise, said Dr. Chang. Nor mine, but I'd say that's closer than clairvoyance, Monica said. Dr. Chang's gaze returned to the table screen. While I would like to explore that further, I still need to understand what happened on the Olavia. By I, you don't mean yourself, you mean the government, Monica said. If you like. Dr. Chang moved text elements around as she spoke. Let's pick up where you left off with Mr. Visla. You and Dr. Penaligan felt a shudder in the galley? Monica closed her eyes again. This time, she let the darkness settle along with her breath. Ghani had just inserted the 2 packs into the rehydrator. Both packs? The doctor asked. We usually combined our food. He ate more than I did, so it was easier that way, Monica said. And the rehydrator. There was a sound, Monica interrupted. A sound? Did it come from within the ship? The doctor asked. I don't know. It was a buzzing, or maybe a hum, Monica said. You didn't mention this before, the doctor said. When Monica's eyes opened, she found Dr. Chang staring at her. I didn't remember it before. Am I remembering it now? Dr. Chang lifted an eyebrow. You're not sure? Monica slowly shook her head. No. Okay, Dr. Chang said. What did you do when you heard the sound? Monica's head continued moving. I don't know if I heard it. Did Dr. Penaligan hear it? The doctor asked. Monica began shaking her head up and down. I think he did. He turned his head abruptly. At the time, I didn't know why. He made a funny face, like a strained smile. That's when the commander started broadcasting. Dr. Chang sat silent, biting her lower lip. I've told you the rest, Monica said. That's when I blacked out. I woke up on the Spasenko. Yes, but you've only just remembered the sound, Dr. Chang insisted. I'm not convinced it qualifies as a memory, Monica said. How can you recall something that isn't a memory? Asked the doctor. I don't know how to explain it. It's like my parlor trick, Monica said. The insights, said Dr. Chang. They don't originate in your thoughts, Monica said. How is that possible? The doctor asked. You're Mr. Visla. Do you really think that man knows anything about his mother-in-law's love of lilacs? Monica asked. Maybe not. Definitely not, Monica said. If it didn't come from him, then how could you know? The doctor asked. Monica stood again, this time pacing with some urgency. What is your favorite color? She finally asked. Dr. Chang's lip curled. Blue, I suppose. It won't help for you to lie, Doctor, Monica said. Your favorite color is auburn. In the past, you've preferred green and different shades of yellow. Don't ask me how I know this. Just explain to me why the color auburn might be your favorite. Dr. Chang watched silently as Monica paced back and forth. A twitch flickered in the corner of the doctor's left eye. You can't explain it, at least not in any meaningful way, Monica continued. You could point to things you like that have the color. You might tell me how auburn makes you feel, or a specific memory where the color plays a prominent role. These things make your preference relatable, but not tangible, not real. I'm sorry, Dr. Chang said. I don't see the point of this. Monica stopped pacing and turned toward the table. Now imagine that you could express your preference in a way that enabled me to experience it, complete with scents, sounds, and emotions. Monica gestured, emphasizing each descriptor. Rather than using words to describe it, you could relay the color auburn to me in how you experience it, your subjective interpretation of its essence. Its essence? Asked the doctor. What comprises both the color and your preference for it at all levels of existence, Monica said. All levels, the doctor asked. That's why I asked about quantum mechanics, said Monica. I don't pretend to understand it yet, but I know now that I'm experiencing reality in a profoundly different way. She turned to stare at Dr. Chang, a look of wonder in her eyes. It might be easier to think of it as a curtain lifting, revealing the drama behind it. And this was the result of whatever happened to the Olavia? The doctor asked. You're a scientist, said Monica. What do you think? Can you tell us what that was? Dr. Chang asked, her voice cracking. Monica paused, her head tilted to one side. Perhaps I can. She lowered herself into the seat, her eyes staring through Dr. Chang. You'll forgive me, Doctor. The changes have been so many, so rapid, so unexpected. I've not kept up with them myself. Rapid changes? The doctor asked. Mutations, if you like, Monica said. Evolutionary mutations? The doctor asked. Yes, even if they are only occurring in me, a single organism, over a compressed time, Monica said. You're saying you are evolving? The doctor asked. I can't think of a better way to describe it, at least in terms you would understand, Monica said. Dr. Chang raised an eyebrow. But you do understand it. A childlike wonder still animated Monica's face. It's coming to me. Not all at once. At your prompting, I've been trying to remember something that I couldn't entirely know. Ironically, that's because memory is not very helpful with the story of the Olavia. What would you use if not memory? The doctor asked. As you've seen, my memories are incomplete, Monica said. They end with the shutter. After that, it's darkness. Nothing explains how I went from the galley of the Olavia to the flight deck of the Spasenko. What did the crew of that ship say? Dr. Chang hesitated. That you simply appeared. And how is that possible? Asked Monica. It's not, Dr. Chang said. Only if we think in terms of three-dimensional reality, Monica said. Dr. Chang closed her eyes. You are talking about fantasy, Dr. Braden. Speak to any human alive 1,000 years ago, said Monica, and they would call spaceflight a fantasy. Dr. Chang shook her head as she opened her eyes. That's because it was beyond their abilities. What you're describing is beyond ours. How did we get where we are? Monica asked. We evolved. Our technology evolved, the doctor said. We are little changed from ancient humans. Perhaps you are, Doctor, Monica said. But I am not. Dr. Chang lifted a trembling hand to her face. Her eyes betrayed a growing fear. She stood and headed to her left, the door quietly open, revealing guards at the ready in the hallway. You can't run away from it, Doctor, Monica said. A mocking had crept into her tone. And you won't be able to hold me much longer. You will have to set me free, or I will do it myself. Dr. Chang stopped and turned. What you're talking about breaks everything. Monica shook her head. The only thing it breaks is the illusion of control. As you can see, Doctor, we are quite capable of controlling you, Dr. Chang said. We will learn what happened, and we will do so, with or without your cooperation. You don't get it, do you? Monica asked, her voice lapsing into derision. Everything mutates. From the smallest cell to the most extensive society, mutation is the rule, not the exception. The larger the abstraction, the more rapid and diverse the change. You believe yourselves able to control this, to guide it in your preferred direction, to mold it into your image of a future. It's a fatal conceit, not for your society, but for the structures you build with this purpose. Dr. Chang spun on her heel and split the two guards standing in the hall. The door closed behind her, leaving Monica alone again with the beating of her heart. Monica Braden looked down at her hand, turning it over and back again. She smiled. The table beneath her palm stayed cool and real, slowly revealing itself as her hand dissolved into light. And still, she felt her hand move.